Hi there, guys. Luis from Vintage Action. I hope you guys are all well. And today, guys, I'll be talking you about Death Train from 2003, starring Bryan, Genesse, Bentley, Mitchum, and directed by Yossi, Wein. And this one right here, guys, is a super low budget new image movie from the beginning of the 2000s. And not to be confused, not be mistaken, this is not the Death Train from 92 with Pierce Brosnan, Patrick Stewart, Danny Glover, or even there is another Death Train from 2003, also super low budget with Arnold Vosloo, that you guys might know from Hard Target with Van Damme and The Mummy as well. This is the Death Train from New Image, and there is some connections with Derail that I recently reviewed, and in my opinion, I consider one of Van Damme's worst movies. A lot of people agree with me. Some people do disagree. And I told you when I did that review that Derailed, by the time it was released in 2001, 2002, the original title to Derailed was supposed to be Death Train, but that they abandoned the idea and they went with the title Derailed. But originally, it was supposed to be Death Train. And a couple of years after, New Image decided to go and do the Death Train. Also filmed in Bulgaria, even though this is supposed to be like in Mexico. But most of these like New Image movies from the 2000s were filmed in Bulgaria. In the 90s, most of them filmed in South Africa. And then in the 2000s, filmed in Bulgaria. It was like cheaper, the studios there and everything. And let me tell you, this year is like a DVD that I bought from Amazon Germany like 3-4 months ago. And I did like I have seen this one many years ago, like on TV back in Portugal, like in the mid 2000s. I watched this one. I didn't remember much about the movie other than Bryan Genesse was in the movie, right? And then I saw this on Amazon Germany, £4 something, £4.70, something like that. And I say, okay, used, but it's like new. I said, let me get this one because there is like US DVD that you can order from eBay if you guys are here in UK. But with the shipping and everything, it will cost you like anything between 13, 14 to £20, and it's a little bit expensive for a DVD. Because this one, like a lot of the New Image movies, was not released here in the UK. So you have like a US DVD, you have this German one, and there is a French DVD, but no like original English audio. And this one right here, if you guys want to get it, this one was released by Star Media in Germany. This is the cover. As you can see, you have like Dolby 5.1 English, German as well. This one doesn't have like English subtitles. Basically, you have only German audio and you have the English audio 5.1. You have the trailer. This is 178, so it's widescreen. The picture quality looks great. Obviously, this is beginning of 2000s, so the picture quality looks just fine. There's nothing wrong with it, and you can see the interior of the movie. This is the main menu, and let me be honest about this one. I'm a big fan of Bryan Genesse, and guys, in the 90s, he worked with New Image, and he did like Human Time Bomb, Live Wire, and he did Shadow Chaser 2. This is two of my all-time favorite that I grew up watching, and this is two of Genesse's like all-time favorites and two of my favorites of all time, these two movies. In the 90s, he did Traitor's Art as well. So basically, he worked a lot with New Image in the 90s. Bryan Genesse, he actually was one of the big guys for New Image, alongside Frank Zagarino, David Bradley as well, in the 90s. And then beginning of 2000s, he still did a few movies. He still did the special forces movies. He did the alternate with Eric Roberts, another one I need to review that one day. And then he did this one beginning of 2000s, Dead Train. But I'm going to be completely honest, it's okay. The movie it's okay. If you ask me, is it my favorite when it comes to Bryan Genesse? Probably one of my least favorites. Of course, he has like Cold Harvest with Gary Daniels, another great movie, another one that I didn't review, that it's a great movie. And I'm going to be honest, from his movies, probably this one, it's my least favorite. There is action, there is like explosions, there is some fight scenes, but again, this is like basically like a ripoff of Die Hard on a train, or like Under Siege 2. There's nothing new when it comes to the plot to this one. There's a group of terrorists that take a train, and obviously Genesse is like a security guy, and he needs to stop the terrorists. And you have Bentley Mitchum playing the bad guy. He's like, in a way, he's like hilarious in a way. I think he was okay playing the main villain. And you have like Roses as well, playing like the Mexican, like a police officer. But to be honest, I mean, the main guy to this one is Bryan Genesse, and because I'm a big fan of Bryan Genesse, I cannot say this movie is awful or anything. There is two nice fight scenes in this one, but again, there is another thing. I think it was like misused. They could have used like Genesse better to have more like more fight scenes, because he's a great martial artist, practitioner, like kung fu, like jiu-jitsu, so they could add more fight scenes into this one. But unfortunately, that was not the case. And again, this one was directed by Yossi Wein, as you can see here. Yossi Wein, and if you guys don't know who Yossi Wein is the guy that directed Never Say Die with Zagarino, also for New Image. Little Ninja, that was one of the first movies of New Image in the 90s. He directed this one. He directed like US SEALs, the first one, not the legendary second one, that was Isaac Florentine. Merchant of Death with Michael Paré. And he also directed like Cyborg Cop 3 with Bryan Genesse. Again, Genesse in the 90s. These three movies by far are my three favorites when it comes to Bryan Genesse in the 90s, all for New Image. So in a way, Genesse is a New Image guy. But again, the director directed a lot of like great, nice movies for New Image in the 90s. But this one, in my opinion, just like fell short, because like there is explosions and there is shootouts. But again, the plot again is nothing new. Of course, there are continuity like errors. The acting is not great. I'll give you that. Apart from Bryan Genesse and Bentley Mitchum, he was okay playing like kind of the over the top, like goofy, funny like villain, and some of the the villains in this one, the henchmen to Bentley Mitchum. Two of the bad guys are also like in Derailed, but they are Bulgarian like actors. New Image did that a lot in the 90s and even 2000s. They keep using the same guys in their movies. Of course, this is low budget, and because it was filmed in Bulgaria, it's understandable that they would get a lot of Bulgarian like actors to be in their movies. So again, if you watch Derailed and then you watch this one, two of the bad guys are the same on this one, Dead Train. And again, the opening is nice. There is some action. But throughout the movie, I think there is periods there. There is a 20-25 minute period that I think it's a little bit like, in a way, kind of like boring because there is not much happening. Of course, all the fight scenes, and even like you see like Genesse like walking on top of the train, you can see he does most of his stunts. So that's why I always like Genesse, because he's a great like martial artist and he's like super legit, right? So that's why I like his movies. But I have to be honest, when it comes to this one, obviously they try to do something that was done a million times before, right? There have so many train movies like Dead Train, Runaway Train, Under Siege 2, like Derailed. So there's nothing new when it comes to that. So the only thing that could make the difference being like super low budget, because the thing is, if you compare to Derailed, the special effects to this one are not that bad, because the thing is, this is like super low budget. Derailed, in a way, they had like almost 20 million like budget. This one, it was not even close. It was super like low budget. I mean, the explosions, the special effects are not that bad, are not amazing, but for being low budget, are okay. And again, there are a lot of explosions, there are shootouts, and there are a few fight scenes. To be honest, there's like two major like fight scenes with Bryan Genesse. There is the final one against like Bentley Mitchum, that you can see he's not like a martial artist. Probably he learned a few moves. Even probably it was Genesse like choreographing the fight scene to this one. There's nothing on the final credits mentioning who like fight choreographed this one, but again, there's not a lot of fight scenes in this one, so I'm guessing it was Bryan Genesse like doing the fight choreographing the fight scenes in this one. And the final fight scene is great. You can see like Genesse showcasing his martial arts skills, some flying knees, some great kicks that he's capable of, right? So that was for me like the highlight of the movie, because again, when it comes to the rest, great explosions, but again, you can see stock footage being used. I mean, New Image are known for doing that in their movies. Every single movie they release, they use like stock footage from previous movies. But to be honest, PM Entertainment like did the same. Again, overall, if you are big fans of Genesse and New Image, probably a lot of you will still find this one like entertaining, because there are explosions, there's some fight scenes, there are shootouts, but again, nothing like his like 90s movies. In my opinion, you cannot even compare. If I'll have to rank his movies, probably this one will be like on the bottom when it comes to his movies. But again, I really like his movies from the 90s. But again, still fun and entertaining. I think this one is on Tubi for free if you guys want to watch it. This might be on YouTube. I think it was. Most of the New Image movies are not on YouTube for free, but they have a few. Not the Shadow Chaser 2 or Never Say Die, the big ones from the 90s, or US Navy SEAL 2. Those are not on YouTube for free, but they have a lot of, some of these like less known New Image movies are for free on YouTube on HD, but this one definitely I think is on Tubi. You guys can watch it if you don't, but if you are big fans, especially if you are in the UK, you can get this like German release, probably is the cheapest way, and there is also like US DVD as well. When it comes to the picture quality, again guys, this looks just fine, because this is a 2003 movie, and I'll just play the movie now so you guys can actually see the picture quality. Again, you can see here the legendary logo from a New Image, beginning of 2000s, because obviously in the 90s they used the triangle like logo. And again, let me just fast forward this one here. And you can see here Genesse. Again, as you can see, if you want to get the DVD, the picture quality is just fine. As you can see, widescreen. You can see here, it looks just fine. Is Genesse, beginning of the movie. Let me just fast forward this one here. And again, this is like again supposed to be in Mexico, but all filmed in Bulgaria. And here's one of the scenes. You see the bad guys before they are transported on the train, and then obviously they are going to escape. And you can see here all the bad guys, the goons, and the Bentley Mitchum as the main villain of this one. You can see here the girl on the train. Let me just fast forward this, and again here they already took the train by storm, and here obviously you have Genesse trying to save everyone inside the train. Let me just fast forward this one, and again all these shots here, all of this again shot in Bulgaria. Just fast forward this again so you guys can see there is obviously a priest, and here you can see Bentley Mitchum that plays the main villain, and again kind of like goofy, funny, over the top like villain, not the most threatening or imposing villain, let's say. I have to give you that, but I think he was okay. And you see that guy with glasses, that this guy was also in Derailed, and even the other guy with the long hair, it was also in Derailed. And yeah, guys, basically the picture quality looks just fine for a DVD because this is 2000s widescreen. So it's again one that I'm going to be honest, if this one day will be released on Blu-ray, is not one that I'm going to run and buy, because like I have this DVD, looks just fine. And again, it's not going to be one of my favorites. Still fun, still entertaining, but not enough for me to go and grab like a Blu-ray. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think about that train from 2003, starring Bryan, Genesse, and Bentley Mitchum. Let me know what you guys think about this one. If you guys did like this one, or if you never even heard about this one, if you haven't seen it. But let me know if you did. If you didn't, check it out. Again, I think it's on free on Tubi, even I think on YouTube. Have a look to this one, and then comment down below. Let me know what you think about this one. Guys, just hit that like button. You'll be helping me as always, and your opinion is always important to me. I like to interact with you guys, and let me know what you guys think about this like beginning of 2000s new image release that again, in my opinion, it's okay. It's still entertaining, but not my favorite. The ones I really want, like a Blu-ray release, is like these like legendaries from the 90s, new image 90s. That was like the golden era of new image. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about that train from 2003, starring Bryan, Genesse. And as always, I'll be with you guys soon, covering all the action from the 80s, the 90s, but not only, also the beginning of 2000s, new image, and other like like companies, and it's all about the action, but mainly the 80s and the 90s that you guys grew up watching and you guys love. And yeah, guys, let me know what you think, and I'll be with you guys soon, covering all the action that you guys love and grew up with. Keep strong.